Hello everyone, welcome to Ride Expedition. Today, as you can see, we are on the Tiny Park world. So today we build a new roller coaster themed to the Wild West, pretty much. As you can see from the area, it's going to be one of those. I don't know. It's like one of those swinging mine train things. As you can see, I'm looking for it now. So yes, this series will be continuing, I'd say maybe once or twice a week, not too sure, on that, but that is the plan. As you can see, working on the drop at the station into a water splash. Basically this ride, a bit laggy there, this ride, is based on it's like El Diablo mixed with it's like I said, El Diablo mixed with like a swinging mine train. Obviously El Diablo, a Portaventura, a aerodynamics, I think it's a mine train, one of their mine train style rides. Working on another water splash there, as you can see. Also, as you can probably hear in the background, I did accidentally speed up the audio as well as the video. So I apologise for that. But I mean, it kind of sounds cool. I can't complain with it. But as you can see, it did just roll back there because I decided to make it a bit too tall. I think that's the reason why it rolled back. However, it was fixed. I did make the what's it called? The friction less severe, so it will go around. Well, actually no, more severe, so it goes around the track a bit faster. So yeah, this ride will be quite themed, I will say. I did do a bit of theming at the end of this video, as you will see later on. However, I didn't do the full thing. There will be maybe another episode. I might work on it off camera. I think in the next episode we'll be working on a new area probably, or just finishing off this area. I am thinking of building a ride similar to Baron 1898 at Efteling. Probably not a dive coaster, but along with that theme. So like the gold mine that's gone wrong. Or I might work on like a medieval area, I'm not too sure. I want to do both. So we might do 2 areas, or just one of those, I'm not too sure yet. So as you can see just there, the train does go through those rocks. I'm planning on making this bit more like a dark ride bit. I did work a little bit on this bit, but not as much as I wanted to. Yeah, the main reason why I couldn't really is because the station is above it. So I wanted to have like a layer of rocks above you. However, those got removed for the station, as you can see just there. So the station is sort of floating out. I do add in a building for the station later on. That is, it's going to be like a mining, logging sort of company. So yeah, that's what the basic theme is of this ride. It's, like I say, based on Wild West. Tried to cover up the water below there, and it's got a bit fast. You can see a bit of lag spikes there. Kind of beyond my control. I can't really fix that. Sorry about that. So yeah, this bit is the bit where you come out the mine and everything goes wrong and sets fire. I don't know if I will. However, like I said, on the inside of that, I'll make it so like you accidentally activate like a trigger or something, and it sets off an alarm or something, and that activates. I'm not too sure yet. Yeah, so that is the basic theme of the ride. I do think it does go well. However, the train design is a bit of a rip in chat, because it's like it's a mining thing. However, it seems like a logging company. But that's the only problem with it. It's not really that much of a problem. It's a slight problem, pretty much. This lift hill was a bit of a pain, because I tried to, well, I want to get it underneath that track, but doesn't hit it. So it took a bit of a while. I did fix it, and then this drop off was really difficult, because I had to do the exit to the station, and because the station is pretty much on the border of the world, with it being a tiny sort of theme park, I had to revert the station and remove this whole section, and also you can't really see the station building I made for it, so I did remove that later on. One thing I did forget to do actually is change the colour of the track, because I'm not a fan of the yellow underneath. I might keep the brown and silver rails. I'm just going to change the yellow, I think, underneath. So yeah, that is the basic sort of idea behind this ride. As you can see, I do realise the station is in the way. Sorry, the track is in the way of the station. So I tried to remove everything back and change the station around. This is where I do start work on the actual station building, I believe. Yeah, as you can see, I tried to make it go out there, it wouldn't work, so I made it go the other way, which doesn't really look right, but it's not really that much of a problem. As I join it underneath. Yeah, I do join it there. Okay. There is one problem that I think I forgot to do, and that's not wire in, but like add the exit to the ride onto the actual path. But we move. So I think everything's gone well so far. Obviously, besides the station building. For a first coaster in this park, I think it does fit well. Basically, the main idea for this park is it's going to be sort of a cheap sort of park. They don't have a lot of money, but they have enough money to build rides and add some theming behind it. Here I am working on the station building. As you can see, I did try to build below, but realised it doesn't really look right. So I think I'm going to change the sort of yellow supports on the station. So like maybe a silver or something. So it kind of looks like scaffolding just holding up this building. And then, yeah, it doesn't really look like it's secure, but it will be. This roof was a pain to build, because I couldn't get the right thing to do it. And you see later on, the actual building, like the roof section, just doesn't really look right. I'm gonna leave it because I don't really know what else to do. But yeah, that is a slight drawback of the building. Here you can see I am working on the station. Yeah, so I built this, and it doesn't really look right, but I suppose it's not that bad, I suppose. Yeah. It's difficult talking over Planet Coaster because you only got a certain amount to say. But as you can see, working on this, I think I start work on this sign now, and this sign was the worst thing, because I'd never built a custom sign before, and it wouldn't fit in this building, so I had to go with like a sort of pipe. I think it's the pipes, sort of thing. So yeah, I was planning on calling it I did call it the Lumberwood Mining or Logging Co. or something like that, which I did steal, I think, from Port Ventura, their log flume. No, that's called Silver Liver. I don't know, I seem to remember it from Port Ventura. The Lumberwood Mining Co. It might be the Rapids. Not the name of the Rapids, but the theme. Or the building that the log flume is in. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, this doesn't fit, so I'll delete it all and use these pipes, which still don't look right, but it works better than nothing. So I can't really complain with those. Yeah, I do start work on the next sort of. I've worked on the sign where it says wood underneath. However, that just didn't look right. It was a wrong colour, so I tried to change it, and then it just looked a mess. So I put in one of those actual editor. I can't speak. Editable signs that are actually in the game, but made like I got one of the big ones, and put wood on that instead of actually writing it out myself, because it was so difficult doing that. Here you can see I'm working on that now. See, I've never worked on a sign properly before, so I didn't really know what to do. However, I do think this one turned out decent, but not incredible. Yeah, it was alright, it was alright. You can't complain. So yeah, here you can see I'm actually working on that side now. The block does look alright up close, but from far away you don't really notice it. Like that, you know it's there, but you don't. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to read. So I do change it up, and also, yeah, I tried to change the colour, but because I made it out of those oval sort of shapes, you can just see like the wobbliness of it. So I did end up changing that later on. There you go. You can't really see it from far back. So I changed it to this colour, and then there you can just see it's a complete mess. So I do end up changing it. Yeah. So also one thing, if you've got any ideas for what I should build in this park, leave it in the comments below. You can also leave names for this ride. It may or may not be called the Lumberwood Mining or Logging Co. That was just like the backstory behind the ride. I might call it that, I'm not too sure. Yeah, here you can see I'm working on that sign now. Yeah, so there you go. I do think Mining Co. doesn't really fit, so I did do Logging Co. And I later on, I had later on some like logs just near where the path is, where the bridge is, sorry, and there where the path ends. Pretty much what you see just on the left. And then I tried to theme up a bit more of the area. As you can see, I was trying to look for some like red, sort of what's it called? It's not like paint, but it's like terrain paint. Yeah. And I couldn't find that, so I went with like the sort of grassland, sort of eroded grass, which does fit. It fits very well. So yeah, that is why I did that. Yeah, you can see I'm working on the final drop from the final lift, which, yeah, it doesn't really look right, but you can't really complain because it was. Well, yeah, it's the ride is very compact, and so is the park. So I tried to take not as much space up. However, this area does take up quite a lot of space. You can see I'm working on a train that's falling over. Yeah, I had the tracking, and then I had like a broken track bit at the end. So it does look, so that's like why the train's sort of tipped. This is where I go AFK for a second. There we go. Yeah, so I added this in, like where the track's fallen. It does sort of fit. Yeah, there we go. From far away it looks better. Up close it doesn't really look amazing, but it's alright. There's a couple theming going in, a couple luggage with. I think yeah, I did tip that over, and then add that falling off of it. Yeah, there is one main problem though, and that is the fact that I don't know where I'm gonna put in that what's it called? The exit to the ride. I don't know where I'm going to put that in, because it doesn't really... Yeah, it will have to be a bridge over the track, so it's a bit, you know, sort of topsy-turvy, so you either... Yeah, you know, it's not perfect, but it's not something you can really complain about. Here I'm working, as you can see, I put the logs in, I had a couple theming pieces in, yeah, I had that thing in, and then you see people walk through it, but, yep, it's their choice. I had in this sort of steam-powered digger thing, onto the rocks, which, I mean, you can see from the entrance of the pipe, but I don't really mind. Yeah, I put in a water tower, which it doesn't really fit because it just looks a bit odd on the rocks, but it's an alright sort of theme piece. Here I add in some carts. This bit is kind of inspired from Far West at Shore, but not fully. Like you walk in through where Horroring Texas is, or Horroring Penitence, whatever it's called. And then you have like the parrots, the vulture thing on one side. That's kind of what I went for there. Yeah, as you can see, the fire did interrupt with the track above, so I move it down a bit. It does fit a bit more there. This is where I work on the fence, on the outside, which I don't really do fences, because, you know, you have the building path ones, but it does look better when you do your normal fence, like a proper built-up fence that you've made. However, this one does, well, the path wouldn't work, so I do go for this. Main reason I don't like building fences is it's just a pain to do, because they don't fit along the path properly. Like, you just have like gaps, like just straight bits, and then like it turns a bit, and then you carry on straight again, even if it's on a curved path, as you can see, like this. And then one thing I did forget to do is add some benches and food areas in. So I might do that later on, either off camera or on the next video. Here I'm adding in a little bit of theming around the entrance to the area. Yeah, don't ask why there's like a TNT activation thing. Just thought it would fit perfectly with the western theme. I had this in, I've been interrupted the track, so I move it a bit further down, which kind of looks like it's falling in the river, but it's not that bad. I add in a couple like spindle things along the area, and then a couple animatronics. I did that one, and then a couple ones that are like mining in the tunnel. Right here we are. You see one there. I would put one there, but it didn't really fit, so I put one there. Which, that one you can only really see from on the right. The other one you can see from the path, but it does fit a bit. Here I'm adding like a sort of barrel drop system, and then like a support underneath, which I think that really does fit. Just put that on stationary, and then just colour that in. The colours for this don't really fit, but it's, you know, it works. Moving a couple of rocks up so it actually looks like it is more supported. So a bit of a lag spike there. Okay. It's probably because I've sped it up a bit more. And yeah, that's the end of the video. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching this video. Obviously. So I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.